Welcome to another A Close-Up on Combat Clothing. This one is going to be something of a supplementary video for the history of the German Flecktarn we released a little while back. We're going to be looking at one of the very rare experimental pieces that came before the adoption of the final pattern. Now, if you want to learn all about the trials and history of the pattern family, you can. Link to the video will be in the description and at the end. There were 5 experimental pieces, with 2 that greatly deviated from the Flecktarn design. This is one of them. Known as Punktmuster, or dot pattern, this design is quite literally what the name entails. A bunch of dots in 5 colors. A very light, almost lime green base, a darker grayish green, a lighter green, a reddish brown which is almost rust colored, and finally a blackish blue. The idea behind it is pretty sound, and if you think about it, it's almost the same concept as digital or pixelated camouflage, that being a series of small shapes, in this case circles instead of squares or rectangles, that coalesce together to make up larger ones. This would give the pattern both large and small shapes, making it effective both close and at far distances. It was tested in 1976 during Truppenversuch 76 or Troop Trials 1976, along with the others. When researching the Flecktarn video, we did reach out to the German Armed Forces to see if they had any additional information or references of the trial. They did reply, but unfortunately couldn't locate anything record-wise. Anyway though, let's talk about the actual jacket. Its cut is the same as uniforms seen during that time, which include the same button configuration, reinforced elbows, shoulder tabs, German flag patches, and loop straps which featured the additional 2 buttons. Fun little bit of trivia here. Ever wonder what these reinforced loop straps and buttons on the front were for? Well, they serve 2 purposes. The more commonly used one was the button, which allowed wearers to attach and secure older style rectangular shaped flashlights. These flashlights, mind that the one in the video is Swiss, featured 2 straps with buttonholes, one on the top and the other on the bottom, which would unfold. The top would fasten around the pocket button, while the lower one would attach to the free-floating one on the strap. This would allow the wearer to use their flashlight hands-free and prevent it from bouncing or moving around too much. Now, the second feature came by way of the rest of the strap, which included a series of loops. Though other models had minor differences between these sections, the consensus is these loops allowed users to tuck the jacket into the pants and prevent them from riding up while moving around or while performing other tasks. Anyway though, back on topic, for a jacket that's over 45 years old and gone through who knows what, it's in pretty good condition. All the buttons and stitchwork are intact, and there's really no sign of damage on it. The color of the pattern is still very much vibrant, with the inside remaining untarnished, boasting its original bright white color. There are no discernible tags or stamps to denote any information save a small collar tag that simply shows it's a size 3, along with letters AJ written in pen behind it. One of the most interesting aspects, however, is the inside of the chest pocket flaps. When opened up, you can see that the fabric is actually that of 2 other experimental patterns. Sägeszahnmuster, or sawtooth pattern on one side, and what looks like to be pattern A, or Flecktarn Klein, which translates to small Flecktarn. These are extremely hard to come by, and this jacket is probably in the top 5 for rarest pieces in our collection. It costs quite a bit of money when purchased, as they don't come up very often for sale. If you're a collector looking out for these, the best advice would be to really keep an eye out on eBay and other collectors' forums, as really the only people who would have them by now are going to be other collectors. Other pieces that may be found in this pattern are pants, caps, and possibly helmet covers. Price-wise is anyone's guess, but a good conservative estimate is going to be north of $400 to $500 US. Luckily, reproductions or replicas of these have not been seen, and hopefully remain that way. If you do want to get your hands on something in the design, the Canadian-based apparel company Herschel Supply Co. unveiled their trail line in 2020, which offered a number of bags and accessories in the pattern, though referred to as WG pattern, which likely is an abbreviation for West German. Anyway though, that's about the end of this short video. Hopefully these little additional details and a close-up on the piece provided a level of entertainment and information. If we're lucky enough to have pieces in the other 4 experimental patterns cross our path, we'll be sure to do individuals on them as well. Until then, be sure to subscribe or check back soon for more videos right here on Uniform History.